we've got the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Toronto Raptors. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Taking a look at Washington, they've climbed all the way up to the second spot.
And I think for the Hornets, they're obviously trending in a positive direction, but still working out some of those early season timing issues. But I have to say, I like what I'm seeing.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Emmanuel quickly out there with Dick, and it's Barrett at the 3 spot. And for the Hornets, we've got Brandon Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. Then it's Trey Mann, and it's Okogie, so the Hornets. Checked in for Josh Okogie. And Toronto also making a switch. Boucher is checked in. So, Shams, when the league brought in that 65 game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all NBA teams and different accolades.
Yes, well said. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for Toronto. Driving the lane, it's blocked. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. The General uses the glass to finish the lane.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Quickly setting the pick for Ingram.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Barrett inside the three-point line. And that one off the back of the rim and in. When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play, and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys alive.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you're saying. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Raptors are rebuilding with purpose. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, "We're doing a good job at the start of this process, selecting the right people that care and are very committed to each other. That's a good baseline to build on." Kevin, slowly, the pieces are falling into place.
David, you're so right. He is great at developing those young players.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Pass to Ingram. Plenty of space. And again, no good by Toronto.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
The tray, and he hits again from deep. 3 more points from the General. The General's got 11.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Ingram outside. Will it go? Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Eight seconds left here in the opening quarter. For 3, Smith. It's good from long range.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like to strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. Back right after this.
That's good, man.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Hornets.
They look to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
You know, points off turnovers is something else they've excelled in. I expect the opponent at least to try to squeeze that orange a little better.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. Barnes out there with Chris Boucher. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then it's Walter. And it's Shed in at the point. Pass to Boucher. A three-pointer off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this one.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
So, Shams, the Raptors finally traded their terrific wings, Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby. We know how the other teams that got those players made out. New York and Indiana, they were terrific and helped those teams. How did the Raptors make out when all was said and done?
Both of those players were upcoming fees. It was difficult to judge the trade market. But with that said, the Raptors were able to get draft picks plus young, exciting talent like Canadian R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly. But let's factor in the biggest key here. It's Scotty Barnes. He is their future. He's their untouchable. He's who that front office feels great about as their cornerstone moving forward.
Love Barnes. Love him. And that one drops. Smith's got his second basket of the night.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Pass to Shed. Well, expansion is coming, Shams. Is the league ready, in your estimation? Finishing with force. Whoa!
Shook that building all the way up.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
I'm about to go to work.
Platinum level highlight reel material. That is Showtime stuff there.
And it goes down 2 points.
That's their third straight make off of the assist.
And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for Toronto, getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Two teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
Hits the three-point bomb.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's his first trip to the line.
Team foul.
No good on that. It hasn't even been close. When it's ahead, running away with this one. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
And it's time for your fan half-court shot. Please direct your attention.
Welcome, everybody.
Taking a look at the Raptors, they're right where I expected them to be. The effort is there, but their play is inconsistent. Feels like they're still constructing this roster. We'll see what they look like.
Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Raptors.
A lot of bricks out there. Reminds me of my free throw shooting. Enough to build a house. Come on, man. Take it to the paint. Man up.
Man up is correct. These teams often get addicted, Shaq, to the three. Time for some intervention here. What?
Thank you for being with us. Now,
And after a very lopsided first. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. The general is checked in for Williams. Williams comes in for Josh Okogie. Josh Green's checked in for Brandon Miller. And Smith's subbed in for Trey Mann. Raptors also changing it up. Chris Boucher's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Brandon Ingram comes in for Grady Dick. And it's Walter in for Quickly. They've got Smith. Grant Williams is out there with the general. Then there's Miles Bridges. And it's Green in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Here's Barrett. It's deflected.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Toronto's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Boucher passes to Ingram. Boucher sets a screen for Ingram. His three-pointers off the mark.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide-open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Here's the general. Barrett covering. The general can't get it to go. Raptors shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Barnes looking around. Jacks up a 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Barnes has got 8 here in the quarter.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
And he dumps it down.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Here's Ingram. Hornets with the rebound.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Pass to Barrett. And it's blocked. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And it's Smith that time on the assist from Bridges. Smith's got 7 points in the game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Ingram against Bridges. Just 3 on the clock. No good that time. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that is probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Chris Boucher. Ingram is out there with Walter. And it's Abaji in at the 4. The offensive rebound. And it's Shed missing. The Hornets shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Green, the screen. Here's the 3. Boucher with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
You know, Ingram is quiet about the work he puts in after practice and before games. This is a guy who just never stops trying to improve, though, and that's shown up in how he's grown as a player.
Norkic checked in for the Hornets. Both free throws good for Ingram. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Charlotte. Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. And that's the 3rd of 4 straight played at home.
Well, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Here's Shed. Pass to Abaji. And again, Toronto no luck. Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's the General. Good work there as it goes. The General's got 33.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Here's Abaji. Pass to Walter. Hornets with the rebound.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's the General. There's the three. And it's the Hornets, another three.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Here's Abaji. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Screen by Nurkic. The General passes to Nurkic. Yep, that one goes in there.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And that one's good, Abaji.
Assist goes to Dario.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here.
2 minutes.
Smith feeling it out a bit, fires the three, and he knocks it down. Good looking three there from the General. The General's got 13 points now in the quarter. Raptors are gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Here's Abaji driving to the basket.
Outstanding decision-making by Ingram there, working it to the open man. Really good possession.
The Hornets have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth, going 6 for 7. Williams kicks to Smith. They set the pick from deep, and it's the Hornets another three.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
One team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Charlotte.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And you always like to jump on your opponent early in a season series. This is just the first of 3 between these two teams, but a good win to go up 1-0 on the year against the Raptors.
Good! Another from 3.
He's got his defense scrambling, and even when they've got 2 guys on him, he just finds a way to create space.
And he's making some team history. He just tied the franchise record for three-pointers in a single game. Barnes screen on Nurkic. Quickly with a wide open look. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's the General. Pass to Green. This one for 3. Good on the three-point shot.
And it's just competing. And, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on the General. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Substitution for your Hornets. Daquan Jeffrey.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Craig Anthony, and